Every night, billions of people close their eyes and enter worlds that feel completely real. We experience conversations with people who are no longer alive. We visit places we've never seen. We witness events that seem impossible. Then we wake. Modern neuroscience has explained much about what happens in the sleeping brain, but one question remains remarkably difficult. Where does the information that becomes our dreams actually come from? This is where my hypothesis begins. Current science. Current science explains dreams primarily through memory consolidation, emotional processing, predictive processing, spontaneous neural activity, and neural network activation. These explanations account for many characteristics of dreaming. This hypothesis accepts those findings. It does not reject neuroscience. Instead, it asks, could those mechanisms be reconstructing something rather than generating everything entirely from scratch? The core hypothesis. Imagine two people communicating across great distance. One person does not send a photograph. Instead, they send only a short prompt. The receiving mind constructs the entire image. Modern artificial intelligence already operates in a remarkably similar way. A few words become a detailed image. A paragraph becomes an entire video. Perhaps dreams function similarly, not by receiving complete experiences, but by receiving extremely limited informational prompts. The dreaming brain then reconstructs an entire experience using memories, emotions, imagination, predictive processing, and personal history. Every dream would therefore be unique, even if the originating informational prompt were identical. Extending the idea. If reality contains multiple branches, or multiple histories as proposed in some interpretations of quantum mechanics, it becomes conceivable that informational relationships could exist between corresponding conscious systems. The hypothesis does not propose that complete memories, photographs, or videos pass between realities. Instead, only minimal informational content may be shared. The dreaming brain performs the reconstruction. This would explain why dreams often feel deeply meaningful while simultaneously appearing fragmented, symbolic, or bizarre. The information itself may be extremely limited. The brain supplies everything else. Why dreams change. Dreams are not static. They shift. Scenes change. People appear and disappear. Locations transform instantly. This hypothesis proposes that such changes may result from two interacting systems. One, the informational prompt itself. The other, the continually changing physiological state of the dreaming brain. As sleep stages change, memory systems change, emotional systems change, attention changes, consciousness changes. Consequently, the same informational prompt could produce entirely different dream experiences, depending upon the neurophysiological state in which it is reconstructed. Quantum entanglement. One possible, but entirely speculative, candidate mechanism concerns quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement demonstrates that physical systems can exhibit correlations that cannot be understood through classical intuition. Project Oneiris does not claim that quantum entanglement currently explains dreams, nor does it claim evidence that entanglement transfers conscious information. Instead, it recognizes entanglement as one possible area worthy of future investigation if existing scientific models eventually prove incomplete. At present, no evidence demonstrates that entanglement performs this role. The aging question. One observation that motivated this hypothesis concerns the apparent change in dreaming across the human lifespan. Many individuals report frequent, vivid dreams during childhood. Others perceive that dreams become less frequent or less memorable with age. One speculative possibility is that this reflects changes in brain physiology, memory encoding, or dream recall. Another speculative possibility is that if informational relationships between conscious systems existed, those relationships might themselves change over time. At present, there is no empirical evidence supporting either explanation over the other. This question therefore remains open. The central prediction. Every scientific hypothesis must make predictions. This hypothesis predicts that if dreams are reconstructed from extremely limited informational prompts rather than generated entirely internally, then there should eventually exist measurable properties of dream structure that cannot be fully explained using current models of memory consolidation, emotional processing, spontaneous neural activity, and known sleep physiology alone. If no such properties are ever discovered, the hypothesis should be rejected. Why this matters. This hypothesis is not intended to replace neuroscience. It is not intended to prove parallel universes. It is not intended to explain consciousness completely. Its purpose is much simpler: to ask whether dreaming may reveal aspects of conscious information processing that current scientific models have not yet fully explored. Final statement. History repeatedly demonstrates that science advances by asking careful questions before proposing confident answers. The Oneiris hypothesis is one such question. It may ultimately prove unnecessary. It may prove partially correct. It may prove entirely wrong. But if it encourages rigorous investigation into one of the deepest mysteries of human experience, then it will have served its purpose. The goal is not to convince anyone. The goal is to invite science to investigate.